Good morning. Got my Handmaid's Tale hood up. It's really turning now. Although it said it's going to be 17 later, you've got mist, you've got rain, it's cold, fire's on all day, but it's really autumnal and lovely. So today's video is going to be a bit different because you might have noticed we've been offline for a little while. We've had a few things to kind of battle with, and I just want to use this platform a little bit to give some home truths and a bit of history as to where we're at and why we're doing what we're doing. I'm really not going to go on too long because I know I can. Good morning.
Good morning.
It's still lovely weather here. So early November in Bulgaria, we've had afternoons 27 degrees sunshine.
It was yesterday, right?
Yesterday,
27,
can't believe. I mean, it's just gorgeous.
But the mornings are freezing.
Yeah, so we're in our jumpers now. We're up early this morning. We're going to VT this morning because you know how things go in waves, don't they? You get all great stuff and then bash, something breaks. So why don't you tell them what we're doing?
We're going to take back my planer jointer. I've been milling up some of the wood to make the hardwood basswood doors, and yeah, I got, what was it, 6 bits of wood?
Yeah.
Not even finished yet, and it just packed up again.
This is the second time.
Second time, the motor's burnt out, and whoa, get on your side, mate.
Idiot.
And another one. Yeah, it's the softest hardwood that we can find. It's even softer than pine. So if the machine can't handle, I mean, it feels like anything. If it can't handle it, then we're just going to try and take it back. But we'll see. They'll probably send it off like they did last time. That puts us 4 weeks behind, and I need to make these doors. So
yeah,
not quite sure what to do.
And it's not as though we can't just go and afford another to replace it at all.
No.
And yeah, it's a nuisance. But hey ho. Look, if the extension isn't completely filled in by this winter, you know, we've survived others. It's just not. It's just not ideal. But anyway, that's what we're doing this morning. But we're a little bit worried about this because we can't find the original receipt anywhere.
I think when we took it back
the first time, maybe they kept it all.
Yeah, I don't remember getting anything back because you're normally really organised.
Hells yeah. So which means he's lost it because if it wasn't given to me and it's not in its manual tool folder that I have at home, then
which you do have.
Either you've lost it or they've never given it back to us. So we're literally going with the tool and just going to have to say, do you have it on record somewhere?
Yeah, we can give them a rough date of when it was last time, but it should still be under warranty.
I'm just really worried they're just going to be like, sorry, no paperwork, we can't help you.
It's got to be on system somewhere.
I don't know. Well, anyway, we're going to try. We'll try. Should we get some cheese on toast? Toast. Is that what you want for breakfast? Yeah? Bed.
No, it's a bread.
Oh. Is it yummy? Is it yummy? Like it? Smile. Yeah, so no luck. I thought as much. They're just refusing to look at the computer even to look up Lee's name to see when we last brought it in. Now, we've recently been subject to a bit of Facebook trolling from people, and I tell you what, I get it. Maybe you're a bit sad. You haven't got a lot going on in your life. You want to try and cause trouble somewhere else. Maybe it's a way of getting attention. Well, this is my way of getting attention because I am able to do this because we have a platform that we've worked hard on. Because we really like doing this channel. because we truly believe we show nothing but the positives of being here and how much we love being here. And I mean that from the bottom of my heart. So you may know that we recently put up our own other property for sale. We had it valued. We put it up basically for an asking price that we thought was fair, considering the work we put in, the fact that property prices are rising, the fact that in this area there is really not a lot. People are either sitting tight on it or asking for a lot of money for it. So our price we thought was fair. It was valued correctly by an estate agent with a bit more work on it, as in completing the upstairs that Lee was going to do. It was valued higher. So this buyer with a very short investment is actually going to already be doing well on it. So we have a buyer, we're very happy. However, someone out there wanted to stop this from happening to us. Maybe under the assumption they thought we're being greedy or something. So let me tell you a story about greed. Okay. All right, Michelin man. Cows. We're coming up to 10 years, Lee and I being together, and in the whole time we've been together, all we've ever wanted was our own house, our own property. No matter where we've lived, what we've done, that was always the kind of goal, the dream. And we've had that broken every time. So in the UK, I worked in London, sales job, big wage, had to travel 3 hours each way on the train to get there, and the bank refuses for a mortgage for a one-bed flat on the coast, and you're thinking, wow, that's hard. So that's the reason why we moved to Malta. We saw an opportunity there that the house price, you could get a lot more for your money. My brother had done really well on his property. So we found this lovely old farmhouse where the owners were willing to accept a small deposit. We had £5,000, all of our money in the world. £5,000 we put down as a deposit on a farmhouse that was, I think it was up for 150,000. Like, we're talking huge stone 4-bedroom farmhouse. And we struck a deal that we were going to pay monthly rent, which would come off the house value price for 2 years to enable us to get everything together for the mortgage. Because to get a mortgage, I needed to be obviously showing a couple of years of employment records. We had to build up the deposit for it to be enough for the bank to loan, etc. So that was a great deal. We thought, wow, how very lucky. What a great situation. And I think a year and a half had gone by and we'd spent money on the property. Lee does his thing, upgrades, plumbing, electrics, etc. Kept working hard with the job, kept in touch with the bank, kept in touch with the owners, and the notary that they had wanted us to use, this notary based in Malta, who kept saying to me, there's a few issues finding the right paperwork, etc, blah blah blah. So anyway, long story short, the owners of this property did not have the deeds to the property. They owned it by law because of inheritance laws there. I think if they're in enough wills, the house will be passed down that way. However, banks will not loan on a property that doesn't have the deeds. It would have to be a cash buyer only. So we had to pull out. And we thought, it's okay. We'll get our deposit back. We've lost all the money in rent. That would have gone in rent anyway. And I'm sat in the lawyer's office with this family who were angry that we had to pull out. But I was like, why didn't you tell us you didn't have the deeds? Long story short, they gave me the 5,000 deposit back, and this notary said, and my fees for the year and a half are 3,000. And I just broke down in this lawyer's office. I was like, 3,000? You didn't and this is very foolish of us to not check what things were, but from the start he was like, won't be much. And I couldn't believe I had to pay 3,000 to this guy who couldn't find the deeds to the property. So effectively we had nothing left. There was no way in this time, property had risen so much there. There's no way we were going to be able to afford to buy there at all. So hence why we started looking properties under 10k, websites. That's why we're here. But you want something really funny? Cash buyers bought that property, and we're talking only 3 years ago, maybe 3 years ago. It's now up for sale for €500,000. That is how much the property prices there have risen, and obviously we were way priced out of living there, hence why we're now in Bulgaria. Hudson and I are trying to look for deer. He's yet to see a deer, and he's so desperate to see a deer. No deers today, darling. No deers, dear. No deers yet. Dear. Now, I really don't want this to be a woe is us, because we are very, very happy with our small pot of money that we had to be able to move here. Family very kindly lent us the money to buy that first property, as you know, because this is the whole reason why we're selling the second one, to pay off the first one and do try and better ourselves. And financially, we're on one income. We're in a little bit from this channel and our wonderful Patreon community. We still have to have a week of beans on toast at the end of the month because it doesn't last. And we have an opportunity with this property, because this area has gone up, to actually make some money and start again and actually get a proper tiled bathroom and all the things that you want. So I would genuinely say, you know, we're the little man here. So going back to my original chat about Facebook trolls, I cannot believe you would attack the little man rather than the people out there that are really, really trying to thieve and rob. But what we don't do, Hudson, is attack the little man. There's big corporations out there and billionaires that don't share their wealth, and people are starving. And trust me, I'm not saying we're poor and in a sad state. We are rich in life beyond imaginable here. However, let's tell you about these Facebook trolls. So this person thinks that the house that we put up for sale, which we have a seller who's very happy, buyer who's very happy, all sorted, thinks that we're being greedy with the price of the house. And we know we're not. Estate agents told us we're not. And buyer's very happy to pay it. Very lucky to have that property. You do pay more in this area for a smaller property, a smaller amount of land. But trust me, because you are in the most gorgeous surroundings, you are not in any areas of crime. There are no expat immigrant communities, which tends to be where the crime ends up, perhaps because of the houses being left empty for a while. Maybe they're targeted for theft. We've heard stories of other English people that have been stealing from each other. Oh, there's stuff that goes on, and we don't talk about that on this channel because we like to keep positive. However, sometimes if you think you might be buying a really cheap property because there's a reason. So we can tell you that our area is very safe. We're very much in with the Bulgarian community, and the prices are higher because Bulgarians are buying there, not because British are buying there. So very, very different to what this Facebook troll thinks. So anyway, this person decided to create fake profiles and comment on, at the time, a prospective buyer who was already wanting to buy, about their opinions on our property in this village. To the point that they were saying to our prospective buyer, you don't want to go in that village, it's a dead village, no one wants to buy properties there. What else were they saying? My mother lives there and is married to, literally making up names, and they've lived there and blah 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 blah, to then create more Facebook profiles to say, oh yeah, I know them, those people, and we know this village, we live in this village, we know the mayor, we spoke to everyone, nobody knows who these people are. And it turns out that the admins of the Facebook group know that they're people out there somewhere in Bulgaria, very sadly. Probably, I don't know if they're British, don't know at all who they are or why they're doing it. But really, I can rise above trolling and comments because we're putting our lives online, so you kind of expect some of that stuff, and we're very sensitive, but we rise above things like that. However, when it's talking about sabotaging something that we're doing to help us, because financially we all need help here, right? We're in tough times. That to me is disgusting. Come and see what Mummy's found. It's a bit of a hornet's nest. Hornet's nest. It was in the tree. Oh, wow. So I guess my point is really, what is my point? We are going to still continue with the channel. We're probably going to make it a little bit less about our personal lives, because we do have lives and working lives and we're busy. We get a lot of people come to us, which is wonderful, emails, help us find a property in your area, or can you help us with advice on how to move there? we have spent this last year helping so many people either connect them with a property or with the visas that we do with our partner for a small commission, and but we haven't earned a penny off anything. Honestly, apart from the commission on the visas, we haven't earned anything for connecting people with properties. So we're really missing a trick, because we could do that, and we're getting approached all the time by the locals in these villages. Oh, can you advertise our property on your channel? And we've done a little bit, you might have noticed. So we probably will continue the channel, but focus more on that, because for the genuine people out there that want to move here and experience this great life and wants to offer, and to help the local people that are trying to better themselves. So really, it's all about everyone trying to better themselves and not put each other down. So thank you for everyone that's been watching us so far, enjoying the house renovations, just our general life here, as we're heading into winter. And as you'll see from this video, that Lee's down a very important tool to continue him with doing some of the big projects. We're probably going to have a low-key winter for house renovations. The videos are going to probably not be much on that. So we'll just chime in every now and then with maybe properties, maybe some other updates, who knows, see how we feel. We have mother-in-law coming in a week's time, so we're just going to get the house nice and cosy and ready for a guest. So yeah, bear with us, and thank you for watching and enjoying, and all the positive comments we get from all the lovely people. And it's funny, isn't it? We have so many lovely comments and emails. However, when you get a bad one, that's all you focus on. So we need to kind of get a bit tougher to that sort of stuff, I think. He does have a hat and scarf, knitted by Nanny. Will he wear them?
Nanny!
Nanny's coming! Nanny's coming soon! Will he wear them? No.